the girls are fighting, and we're seeing it play out with the release of the Epstein file. So Trump and Putin have been friends for decades, right? Like friends, thick as thieves. Trump always supporting Putin, Putin always fluffing Trump back and forth. And this has been going on for years, even before the Republican Senate committee found out that Russia tried to help Trump win the 2016 election. And then when the Ukraine war started, Trump was always supporting Putin. He's a genius for doing this. He's not a bad guy. Ukraine should stop and give him what he wants. Like all these things, like always pro-Russia. And then that started to shift here in 2025. And I don't know what came first, the chicken or the Epstein, but you had Trump, who was trying to negotiate a peace deal and get himself the Nobel Peace Prize between Russia and Ukraine. And that was going back and forth pretty much all year, 2025. And Putin was laying back. They kept going back and forth about all these ceasefire deals. And then Putin would renege on it and then, do something else. Trump would get kind of mad, but then say like, hey, he should still be in the G7 summit. He's actually a good guy. And it kept going up until, I believe, August. And Trump was looking like a fool. Like Putin had been playing him like a fool like all year long and just backing off of all these peace talks. And then Trump started talking about giving Patriots through NATO to Ukraine, which is a big deal for this conflict and something that Putin did not want. And so I think Trump was trying to strong arm Putin into ending it so he could get his Nobel Peace Prize and look like a hero and all these things. And Putin just wasn't going to do it. Like, he's a narcissist too. He's like, I'm not going to lose. And so all that started to take place in August. And then suddenly, who comes up? Who enters the chat? Marjorie Taylor. And she comes forward with all the other people about the Epstein files, right? And now that we know some things, I wonder if Putin just unleashed her on Trump and said, hey, let's do the Epstein thing. Because he's not giving me what I want. He's not pro-Russia enough. He's not pro-Putin enough. And I need to put him in his... And when you look at all these things about how Marjorie Taylor Greene is on this recovery tour and she's suddenly a nice person and she cares about victims, and total bullshit. From 2022, she has been supporting Putin and his supports on Ukraine. She has been pushing Russian propaganda the entire time. And that's tabulated. Like we've got history of that all the way through. And then suddenly she becomes this big pro Epstein clarity person, even though she was one of only 20 House Republicans, along with Matt Gaetz, who voted against a bill to combat human trafficking. So think about that. So there's a couple things here. I think possibly Putin said, go ahead, MTG, go roll on Trump and help take him down because he's pissing me off. And make yourself look real good so that you can survive and I can use you later. Yeah, so I think you're seeing Putin cut ties with Trump over the whole Ukraine thing. And MTG is kind of like the source of his vengeance. And he's setting her up for later down the road. Like, people are going to start thinking she's sane, she can be worked with, all of these other things. She has never deviated from the Putin stance. She's never deviated from the Putin propaganda. And it could absolutely work out for Putin where she continues to be his tool all the way down the road as she runs for governor or senator or whatever she wants to do and continues to take marching orders from the Kremlin. So just something to think about. There's a lot more in here than just the fact that, a bunch of rich, wealthy people and politicians are PDFs. There are international games at play over power, and I think we're seeing some of that play out with the tiff between Putin and Trump. All right, thanks.